This is the English Murli of the 23rd of February 2026. Essence: Sweet children, this confluence age is the age for ascending. Everyone benefits in this age. This is why it is said, there is benefit for everyone due to your ascending stage. Question: why does Baba give all of you Brahmin children many congratulations? Answer: Baba says, it is because you children of mine become deities from humans. You now become free from the chains of Ravan. You pass with honors and claim the kingdom of heaven. I don't do that. Therefore, Baba congratulates you a great deal. You souls are kites. The strings of all of you are in my hands. I make you into the masters of heaven. Song: At last the day for which we had been waiting has come. Om Shanti. Who is telling you the story of immortality? Whether you call it the story of immortality, the story of becoming true Narayan, or the story of the third eye, all three are important. In front of whom are you now sitting, and who is telling you this story? Even this one has been to many spiritual gatherings. There you can only see human beings. They say that such and such a sannyasi is relating a religious story, that Shivananda is relating a story. There are many spiritual gatherings in Bharat. They have spiritual gatherings in every street. Even women simply take up a religious book and have a spiritual gathering. So there you see human beings, whereas here it is a wonderful aspect. Who is in your intellects? The Supreme Soul, God. You say that Baba has now come in front of you, that incorporeal Baba is teaching you. Human beings say, but God is beyond name and form. The Father explains, nothing is beyond name and form. You understand that it is not a corporeal human being who is teaching you here. Anywhere else you go to in the world, it is corporeal beings who teach you. Here the Supreme Father, who is called incorporeal God the Father, sits and teaches you through this corporeal one. This is something completely new. Birth after birth, you have been hearing them say, this one is such and such a Pandit or Guru. They have many names. Bharat is very big. Whoever teaches or explains to you is a human being. Disciples are also human beings. There are many types of human being. They always mention the name of the body and say, so-and-so is relating this. On the path of devotion, they call out to the incorporeal one, O purifier, come. He comes and explains to you children. You children know that the whole world becomes impure every cycle, and that it is only the incorporeal Father who makes it pure again. Among all of you sitting here, some of you are weak and others are strong. It is because you have been body conscious for half a cycle that you now have to become soul conscious in this birth. The Supreme Soul sits here and explains to each of you souls that are sitting in your body. It is the soul who carries away the sanskars. A soul says through his organs, I am so-and-so. However, no one is soul conscious. The Father explains that those who belonged to the Sun dynasty and Moon dynasty in Bharat will come at this time and become Brahmins, and that they will then become deities. Human beings have the habit of being body conscious. They forget to remain soul conscious. This is why the Father repeatedly says, become soul conscious. It is the soul who adopts different costumes and plays his part. These are his organs. The Father now says to you children, become Manmanabhav. No one can receive the fortune of the kingdom by just studying the Gita. You are made Trikaldashi at this time. There is the difference of day and night. The Father explains, I teach you Rajyoga. Sri Krishna is a prince of the golden age. The Sun Dynasty deities don't have this knowledge. This knowledge will have disappeared. This knowledge is for receiving salvation. In the Golden Age, no one is in degradation. That is the Golden Age. Where it is now the Iron Age. In Bharat, there are first 8 births in the Sun Dynasty, and then 12 births in the Moon Dynasty. This one birth of yours now is the best birth of all. You are the mouth-born creation of Prajapita Brahma. This is the most elevated Brahmin religion. The deity religion cannot be called the most elevated religion. The Brahmin religion is the most elevated of all. Deities simply experience their reward. Nowadays, there are many social workers. Your work is spiritual service. Theirs is physical service. This spiritual service can only be done once. Previously, there were no social workers, etc. The king and queen used to rule. In the Golden Age, there were deities. You were worthy of worship, and you then became worshippers. Lakshmi and Narayan went onto the path of sin in the Copper Age, and people then continued to build temples to them. First of all, they build a temple to Shiva. He is the bestower of salvation for all. Therefore, he must surely be worshipped. Shiv Baba made souls viceless. Then there is the worship of the deities. You were worthy of worship, and you then became worshippers. Baba has told you, continue to remember the cycle. You have come down the ladder and have now fallen to the ground. It is now your stage of ascending. It is said, there is benefit for everyone due to your ascending stage. I now bring the stage of ascending for all the human beings of the world. The purifier comes and purifies everyone. When it was the Golden Age, after your stage of ascending, all the rest of the souls were in the land of liberation. The Father sits here and explains, sweetest children, I only take birth in Bharat. It is remembered that Shiv Baba came. He has now come once again. This is called the sacrificial fire of this imperishable knowledge for self-sovereignty, in which the horse is sacrificed. This sacrificial fire was created to attain self-sovereignty. There were obstacles then. There are obstacles now too. Mothers are assaulted. They say, Baba, we are being stripped. They don't leave us alone. Baba, protect us. They have shown how Draupadi was protected. You have come to the unlimited Father to claim your inheritance for 21 births. You stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance and purify yourselves. Then, by indulging in vice, everything is finished, and you fall right down. This is why the Father says, you definitely have to remain pure. Those who became this in the previous cycle will make a promise for purity. Then, some are able to remain pure and others are not. The main thing is remembrance. If you stay in remembrance, remain pure and spin the discus of self-realization, you can claim a high status. The dual form of Vishnu rules the kingdom. However, the ornaments of the conch shell and the discus that have been given to Vishnu do not belong to the deities. Lakshmi and Narayan do not have them. Vishnu resides in the subtle region. He doesn't need the knowledge of the cycle. There is just movie there. You now understand that you are residents of the land of peace. That is the incorporeal world. Human beings don't understand what a soul is. They say that each soul is the supreme soul. It is said of a soul that it is a sparkling star that resides in the center of each one's forehead. It cannot be seen with these eyes. No matter how much someone tries to lock a body in a glass case to see how the soul leaves the body, no one understands this. However, they do say that souls are like stars and cannot be seen without having a divine vision. On the path of devotion, many people have visions. It is written that Arjuna had a vision of eternal light. Arjuna cried out that he was unable to tolerate it. The Father explains there is nothing as bright as that. When a soul enters a body, you are not aware of it. You now understand how Baba enters and speaks. That soul comes here and speaks. This too is all fixed in the drama. There is no question of anyone's strength in this. A soul doesn't leave his body and go somewhere else. That is just a matter of a vision. This is a wonderful aspect. The Father says, I enter an ordinary body. They invoke a soul. Previously, they used to invite a departed soul to come and then ask him questions. Now, everyone. The Father only comes to purify the impure. They speak of 84 births. Therefore, it should be understood that those who came first must definitely have taken 84 births. They speak of hundreds of thousands of years. The Father now explains, I sent you to heaven. You went and ruled there. You people of Bharat were sent to heaven. You were taught Raja Yoga at the confluence age. The Father says, I come at the confluence age of each cycle. They have then written in the Gita that he comes in every age. You now understand how you come down the ladder and how you then climb up. There is the stage of ascending and then the stage of descending. This is now the confluence age. It is the age of the stage of ascending for everyone. You are now climbing and going up, and you will then go down into heaven to play your parts. In the Golden Age, there were no other religions. That was called a viceless world. The deities then fell onto the path of sin, and everyone began to become vicious. As are the king and queen, so the subjects. The Father explains, O people of Bharat, you were in a viceless world, and it is now a vicious world. There are now innumerable religions, but the deity religion doesn't exist. It is only when it no longer exists that it would surely be established once again. The Father says, I come and establish the original eternal deity religion through Brahma. He would do this here, would he not? He wouldn't do this in the subtle region. It is written that the creation of the original eternal deity religion was through Brahma. You are not called pure at this time. You are becoming pure. It does take time. It is not written in any scripture how you become pure from impure. In fact, the praise is of just the one Father. Because of forgetting that Father, you have become orphans and continue to fight. People ask, how can everyone unite and become one? They are all brothers. Baba is experienced. This one has performed all types of devotion. He adopted the most number of gurus. The Father says, renounce all of them. You have found me. You call him the bestower of salvation for all, Sat Shri Akal, the truth, the most elevated and immortal one. People read this a lot, but they don't understand the meaning of it. The Father explains, everyone is now impure. Later, the pure world will be created. Only Bharat is imperishable. No one knows that Bharat is never destroyed, or that total annihilation never takes place. They show Sri Krishna coming on a pipal leaf, floating in the ocean. A baby cannot come floating on a pipal leaf. The Father explains, you will take a very comfortable birth through a womb. A womb there is said to be a palace, whereas a womb here is said to be a jail. In the Golden Age, a womb is like a palace, and a soul has a vision beforehand that he will shed that body and take another. There they remain soul-conscious. Human beings neither know the Creator nor the beginning, middle, or end of the creation. You now know that the Father is the ocean of knowledge. You are master oceans. You mothers are the rivers, and the brothers are the lakes of this knowledge. They are rivers of this knowledge, and you are lakes. There it is the family path. Your ashram was that of a pure household path, and it is now that of an impure household path. The Father says, always remember that you are souls. Only remember the one Father. Baba has ordered you, don't remember any bodily being. Whatever you see with your eyes, it is to be destroyed. This is why the Father says, Man Manabhav and Mariachi Bhav. Continue to forget this graveyard. Many storms of Maya will come. You mustn't be afraid of them. It is only when you forget the Father that storms come. This pilgrimage of remembrance only takes place once. Those pilgrimages are of this land of death. This pilgrimage leads to that land of immortality. The Father says, don't remember any bodily being. Children send so many telegrams for Shiv Jayanti. The Father says, the same applies to you. The Father also congratulates you children. In fact, You are congratulated because you change from humans into deities. Then those who pass with honours receive more marks and claim a high status. The Father is congratulating you because you have now become free from the chains of Ravan. All souls are like kites. Everyone's string is in the Father's hands. He will take everyone back with him. He is the bestower of salvation for all. But you are making effort to claim the kingdom of heaven. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bapdada. The spiritual Father says, Namaste to you spiritual children. Essence for Dharana 1. In order to pass with honours, remember the one Father and not any bodily being. See but don't see whatever you see with your eyes. 2. You are going on a pilgrimage to the land of immortality. Therefore, you mustn't remember anything of this land of death. Pay attention to not performing any sinful actions with your physical organs. Blessing. May you become full of all these teachings and teach others with your form of a worthy and capable teacher. Worthy and capable teachers are said to be those who teach with their own forms. Their forms are full of teachings. Their way of seeing and moving can teach others. You saw in the Sakar form that at every step, every action was done in a practical way by the form of the teacher. In other words, you would call it a divine activity. It is a common thing to teach others with words, but everyone wants to have an experience. Give everyone an experience with the power of your elevated actions and elevated thoughts. Slogan: in order to have success in your thoughts, continue to fly with the power of the soul. Avyakt signal: with the speciality of unity and faith, become full of success. In order to thread everyone in the gathering in the thread of unity, pay special attention to the power of your words. Let your words be always pure and gentle. Speak less, speak softly, and speak sweetly. Only speak respectful words. Until now, there are more ordinary words. Let your words be spiritual. Let your words be angelic. Let every word be sweet. Now, underline this aspect, and revelation will then take place. Om Shanti.